we just kind of talked about Josh Allen a little bit, man. But Josh Allen having a MVP type of year early. I know it's only week 4 now, but he through first 3 games, they're undefeated. He's spreading the ball around a lot more. Looks like the offense is a lot more fluid without Stephon Diggs out there. He finally has a little bit of a running game. He has thrown for 634 yards, 7 touchdowns, and surprisingly no interceptions. And he has a QB rating of 133.7. I don't know if I want to say this is MVP right now, because I do want to see him play tougher teams. I mean, he's only played the Jaguars. They're trash. He played the Dolphins. They're trash, even when Tua was there. And they played the Cardinals, who are kind of like a middle-of-the-road team. Means they haven't played anybody that of merit. I think this Sunday is a big game for both teams. I think Baltimore, obviously, you don't want to go 1-3. But if you're Josh Allen, you go in there, win on the road in Baltimore, and you go to 4-0, Josh Allen has a great game, then I think it's a real good discussion. But I think that a lot of people, especially some of my co-hosts on this show, were ready to throw Josh Allen into the water already. And I think this man right now is looking like the best quarterback in football. Pat has not had the start that we wanted him to have, obviously, and I'm not worried about him. There's anybody who deserves a slow start is Patrick Mahomes. But he's looking real comfortable. And he has a very much controlled offense. There's no really any favorites wide receiver wise. He's spreading the ball around, and the defense looks a lot better. I think if he continues on this, and if they're able to win that division, which I think they got a great chance of, I'm not fully sold on the Jets yet. The Patriots are trash and the Dolphins are trash. I think we got to change the way a lot of people talk about Josh Allen. Tulsa, tell me what you've seen from these first 3 games of Josh Allen and what you think he can prove this season with, kind of like the least weapons he's had kind of since he's been in the league.
First of all, shout out to Joe Brady. We know what he did at LSU. So Joe Brady's, really, really good. But I've always liked Josh Allen, but I've always thought Lamar's better than him. And if you don't believe that, that's fine. But I think he's really, really good. I think that this season he's slowed down a bit and he's starting to read his progressions a lot more. And it helps that you got James Cook back there and his line is holding up. And everyone is, I think some Bills fans said it was just everyone now is getting the ball equally and no one has no egos. There's just it's a whole team thing. So that's the number one thing there is everyone is buying into the team and they're slowing it down. But Josh has always been good. I think that we've always laughed at him for his turnovers, but he's really, really slowed down and really just started to let the game come towards him instead of him just trying to force the whole situation. So he's looked good for the first 3 games. Remember that meme? The guy was just it's a little concerned me a little bit, but I packed that thing too.
I packed that thing too.
That's how I feel,
That thing too,
Yeah.
Dante, we know you're not one of the biggest Josh Allen fans, or unless I confuse. I ain't confused with Courtney. I know Courtney is on the Josh Allen hate train, but what do you think? What you saying from so far this year?
Yeah, I've called him, Caucasian Cam Newton, which is, amongst other things. But no, I think Josh has done a really good job, and like you said, I think without no disrespect to Stephon Diggs, but you know how traditionally superstar wide receivers are known as divas. Give me the damn ball. Keyshawn Johnson made that saying popular for the young niggas who watch it. But they're now at a situation where, like you said, there's no egos. It's just Josh. He's running the offense and he's distributing the ball to whoever's open, and the team has responded accordingly. So I think obviously, especially with the extra game, MVP after 3 weeks, still too early for that. But yeah, right now, I think you really got to give Josh his props. And that was something I did say, as much as I knock him, this was the year where, if he can pull this off and, put this team on his back, then you got to give him that respect because he's definitely earned it. It's easy, in my opinion. That's why I feel like Joe Burrow gets so much praise. Not saying he's not nice, but it's easy playing with a loaded deck as opposed to sitting out there and you have to manipulate things and really will your team to victory. And that's something that we're seeing Josh Allen do. So, I'm not ready to say MVP, but he's definitely off to a great start.
What was that vine of that girl saying? I'm gonna stand beside him. That's how I feel about me and Joe Burrow right now. I'm gonna stand beside him. I was ready to fight Chris Canty when he tried to blame my boy for them losing on Monday. I was like, nigga, did you see the defense? But Bang, what you think about Josh Allen, man?
Man, he's the first quarter MVP. We are in the world of where we professionally overreact, and we don't look at the whole season, or we're not patient. But since we're doing this, he's first quarter MVP. He's looked great, man. He looks great enough for me to be like, okay, I know I put money on Joe Burrow winning MVP, but damn, I might lose that parlay too. But as Scott just said, I'm standing behind Joe Burrow, fam. But that team, especially with the way that they're set up, like, you really don't know a wide receiver on that team. Like Keon Coleman and
you only know him because he funny.
Yeah, you know him because he's one of those dudes, as what we said on Summer Sessions, was in one classroom all day. That's Keon Coleman right there. and they got two good white tight ends. Like, that's what you know.
Old school football.
It's an old school football at its finest. You got a wide receiver and niggas. You got James Cook, who is hella decent, a strong offensive line, and two white tight ends that could start on any team, and the defense is playing very well too. We gonna see though. We gonna see what happens this weekend.
Sunday's gonna be a big game.
Sunday's go. I'll go as far as saying this: if they win on Sunday, they to me are the favorites to win the AFC.
Hey man, this might, if there's any year that you can look Pat in the eye and get them, it might be this year. Because I think Travis Kelce's cooked. I said it last week. I think that nigga's cooked.
Yeah, he cooked.
This nigga's in a Peacock movie with Courtney B. Vance and Niecy Nash. I think the nigga's cooked.
So cool. Triple double hat trick, I know the code too. Ice trade, go for trade, yeah we cold too. Getting paper on these player haters, old news, money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line,